This is the second time that I'll be here testifying on this bill. My name is Sandra Willa. I am a resident of Tiverton. I've been a nurse for decades. Most of my career has been spent in the emergency room. I've also spent time in the ICU. I've worked in hospice. My career started out in med-surg, and I am now a nurse practitioner, and I work in hospice and palliative care. And I'm going to just speak from the heart on behalf of my patients, because they're the ones who are really affected by this, and me too, for that matter. It breaks my heart when people talk about there being a lack of hope. And what I tell my patients is that the hope really never dies. It changes. So at first, I didn't think I was going to get so emotional. I mean, I'm also a bereaved daughter, sister, and friend. So I think about some of the losses I've had. And it helps me to kind of really drive home to you folks that this really is about personal choice. And it may not necessarily be due to a pain issue that somebody's having, because we have gotten better with pain management. Hospice has come a long way. But patients are experiencing difficulties prior to deciding to go on hospice with pain management because of the opioid crisis. It truly has affected patients and physicians because they're afraid. There's a lot of hoops to jump through. So there's barriers there. As far as hope goes, what I tell my patients is that the hope never dies, it changes. So at first you may be hoping for a cure. Then you're just hoping that you're going to make it to Thanksgiving. Then it just changes. And in the end, people are hoping for a peaceful death. When I talk to patients about what their goals are, what they think, what is important to them, there's two themes that occur in almost everybody. One is that people do not want to be a burden to their families. That's number one. People want to be independent. They want to be able to take themselves to the bathroom. They want to feed themselves. They want to be able to clean themselves. The other is that most people would really like to die in their sleep. And with the administration of the medications that could be given, we would be able to guarantee that, okay? Which is hugely important to a lot of people. People are able to say goodbye to their loved ones, have meaningful conversations, carry out any last-minute business. I'd like to speak a minute to prognosis. It is very difficult to say you have 6 months, you have 8 months, you have a year and a half. We don't even know if we have tomorrow, to be honest, right? Because people have accidents all the time. We live in a crazy world. You can go to the mall and get shot. We just really don't know what is going to happen to any one of us. There's just no way to predict. Do we have tools that help us make predictions? Yes, we do. Are they accurate? Sometimes. I've had patients that I thought would be gone within 2 days, and they've gone on for 2 weeks, and vice versa. However, with that being said, if somebody is given a terminal diagnosis and it is certified by 2 people and the best guesstimate is it's going to be 6 months, if somebody is feeling well and things are going well, I don't really think that they're going to just pop a bunch of pills because they were told that you might die in 6 months. People are going to take these medications when they have had enough. Whether it's the suffering, the weight loss, the weakness, the progressive nature of whatever the disease is. Not everybody has cancer. I have a 43-year-old man right now. He was diagnosed with Lou Gehrigs disease, which is a progressive neuromuscular paralysis and weakness that is occurring. When I met him in August of last year, he was able to walk. He had a kind of a funny gait to him. He had assistance of a cane, but he was able to walk, feed himself, etc. I saw him 3 weeks ago. He is no longer able to walk. My first visit with him, he decided right then and there that he did not want to be intubated. He did not want a tracheostomy. He did not want a feeding tube. He wanted none of it because none of it was going to help him to survive longer. It was not going to prolong his life. It was going to prolong his death. He is one of my patients who was actually asked me about a magic pill, so that when his suffering gets to be too much, he can end his life on his terms without being dependent on all his family. I see a lot of patients. I haven't had a lot that have asked me about this, but the ones that have done it for good reason. And it's not because they're looking for an easy way out. They are looking to die on their own terms when it gets to be too much. And everybody's level of suffering is different. So you need to keep that in mind as well. I don't know that I really have anything else to say. I think I've said a lot, and I've been very emotional because this is just very near and dear to me, and I'm hoping that we'll get somewhere this time with this bill. Thank you.